In this module, we're going to take the building that we're working on and do a few things with it, make a presentation sheet as I'm showing you here. We'll also look at changing that presentation sheet so it looks more rough in a sketch mode, kind of like an early presentation technique you might use with a client. And we're going to do some technical drawings with it. So the full submittal will be two of the renderings, two different rendering styles, and then we'll have two technical sheets that go along with it. And that allows us to import a technical sheet and start looking at doing things like dimensioning and things like creating technical details. So let's get started. I'm going to escape out of this and go back to Revit. And we're left off on our presentation sheet here. The first thing you want to do is resave this file again. So you can do a save as. Oops, I didn't mean to hit that. I just saved it, but I'm going to do a save as project. And I've created a new folder, a C4 in process. And one of the things you want to do maybe to be sure that you keep your textures with you is to copy the textures. If you had another folder like CV3, copy them into CV4 also, so that Revit can find those textures if it needs to. And you can also. So let's go ahead and we'll just delete all of these views. So I'm going to go through and just hit delete. And we want to put a large presentation sheet on the background of this whole thing. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to go to the site plan of the building. I'll back off here a little bit. I'm having a little problem. My mouse jumps back over between the screens, so it takes me a little while to get back over here. We're going to go to View. We're going to go to Camera View. And I'm going to pick slightly on the front and then looking down this building here as I've illustrated. This can be anything close to this. I'm not catching the whole building, but that's not a problem at this point because we're going to enlarge this crop box. So I'm using my scroll wheel to zoom out here. And I'm going to open our crop box up really large. Imagine this is just part of a whole presentation sheet. And now we want to get and I don't think that sheet is quite as wide as that, but we'll set it there. And now we'll set up a rendering style. I'll set it up for realistic. I'll go to graphic display options and make some adjustments here. I'll get rid of the edges. That makes it look a little more realistic. I'll smooth the edges. I'll turn some shadows on. And I'll make the lighting come from the left side, so it's lighting the front of the building. I'll hit apply with that. And we'll add a sky background. Oops. There we go. Now I'm having some memory display issues here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit out of Revit and restart it again. And I'll just hit pause and we'll pick back up on this. That's what these little ghosted images are here. Okay, I've restarted and it cleared up that glitch in my rendering. So we're ready to drag this sheet onto, or this view onto our sheet. So I'm going to go to sheet 104. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that and I'm going to rename it. I'm going to call display sheet or presentation sheet. Kind of makes it a little clearer than the technical statement of them. And like I said, I'm going to select that by double clicking on it. And I'm going to grab that new 3D view and drag it on. And I'm not too concerned about its name because I'm actually going to rename it. And I'll put it on the sheet and I'll start it off, somewhere down here. It doesn't really matter because what I'm going to do is I'm going to resize it. And so this is really important to watch what happens now. This is a question that comes up all the time. It's very easy to forget how we get these images larger on this screen. It's a model view, so we can't change the scale of it to make it larger. The way we do it is we change the cropping or the size cropping of it. So if I go up to size crop and select that, I can change the model scale here and I can make the full width. We know that a sheet is 36 inches wide. So I'm going to just type in 36 inches here. If I click over here, it'll automatically update because those are locked in an aspect ratio or locked proportions. I'll hit apply, and now we have that image up to the size of our screen. Now you'll notice there's a couple of ways of fixing this kind of missing stuff that's going on here that's not filling it. I can just double click on this and grab the crop box. I could have also scaled up the image a little more, but I'm just going to stretch this out so that it fills up the whole screen. And now we're using all of that background as kind of like the background for any other images that we want to put on top of it. So I'll right click on that and deactivate the view. And one of the things you'll notice here is that my student name text has got a white box behind it. And I want to show you how to correct that quickly. I hate seeing this. It just indicates that that the person who submitted it doesn't know how to modify text easily. So I'm going to show you so that it'll be easy for you to do. I'm going to double click into that, and it's going to open that title block up again. I'm going to select that text. I'm going to go to Edit Type, and where it says Background Opaque, I'm just going to grab the drag down, change it to Transparent, hit Apply, OK. I can even save it if I want. It'll ask me where I want to save it, but I'm just going to cancel because I'm not going to worry about saving it. And then I'm going to load it into the project, overwrite the existing version, and now we have transparency behind it. Okay, so let's look at dragging a couple of other, actually, that's probably long enough into this clip. I'm going to break here, and then when we come back, we'll start dragging the other views onto the sheet.